Sam Houston State this afternoon. The Bearcats in This is HBU Huskies women's basketball on the DNA Husky Sports Network. Huskies basketball is brought to you by these corporate partners of HBU Athletics: Houston Federal Credit Union, Marriott Houston West Chase, the Memorial Hermann Healthcare System, Raising Cane's, Under Armour, Firehouse Subs, Pepsi, Shipley Donuts, 4 Points by Sheraton, IBEW Local 716, Jimmy John's, Kolache Factory, and Holiday Inn Express. The DNA Husky Sports Network is your home all season long for Huskies women's basketball. And right now it's just about game time, so let's head out to the arena.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome in to the Sharp Tank, Sharp Gym on the campus of Houston Baptist University in Southwest Houston. Side of our games today, as we've got the first home doubleheader of the season, the first conference doubleheader here at Sharp this afternoon and evening, featuring your women's team against the Sam Houston Bearcats, and then the men's team later on tonight against the same University squad, the men from Sam Houston State. Hi, everybody. Welcome into the broadcast. My name is Lonnie King. Glad to have you along for the ride this afternoon, wherever you are around the city, across the state, around the country, or even around the world on the World Wide Web. Glad you've made HBU Huskies basketball a part of your Saturday afternoon or evening. Huskies come into this one off a tough loss on Wednesday night, 72-62 at the hands of Abilene Christian right here in Sharp Gym. They did rebound from a sluggish first quarter in that game and took a 28-27 halftime lead. They were outscored in the third quarter by 13 points, including a 10-0 run that started the period. And 2.5 minutes into the third, they had gone from 1 up to 9 down. They did get some good individual efforts in that game, though. Megan Valdez-Crater led the Huskies with 12 points, 4 boards, and 6 assists. And, by the way, she's averaging 13.8 points per game in conference play now and has gotten to the free throw line 30 times in 4 games. Now, the one area she needs, or the Huskies hope she will improve on, is the fact that when she gets to the line like that, she'll make a few more of those shots. She has only made 19 of those 30 attempts, but she led the way on Wednesday night. Shannon Jones had a double-double, 10 points, 11 boards. Amanda Johnson added 10 points. Off the bench, Sophie Taylor had a good game, 9 points, 3 rebounds, and 6 assists. Then Taylor Cole-Morgan came close to a double-double, 7 points, 8 rebounds in the game. First 4 conference games, the Huskies have, though, been outscored by 60 points in second halves of games, 181-121. Even in the win over UNO, they were outscored 50-33 after halftime in that game. So those are some things we'll keep an eye on this afternoon as they take on Sam Houston State. Comes into this game off a loss to A&M Corpus Christi, 76-61 on Wednesday night in Corpus. That game seemed to follow a similar pattern to ours here. The game was close at the half. The Bearcats trailed by just 2 points at the midway spot, but they allowed 31 points to A&M Corpus Christi in the third quarter and were outscored by a dozen in that period. They had 3 players finish in double-digit scoring, Kira McKinney, Jalen Walker, and Amber Leggett. But as a team, they shot just 29% from the floor, and they were out-rebounded in that game as well. But coming into this one, despite that loss on Wednesday night, the Bearcats still rank in the top 4 in the league in scoring as a team, and they also force over 22 turnovers per game. Jalen Walker is their leading scorer. She's 4th best in the Southland Conference as well. Freshman Amber Leggett is right behind her in conference games. She's averaging nearly 15 points and 6.5 rebounds per game. Sam Houston State owns an 8-5 record overall in this series, including 7-3 against the Huskies since HBU joined the Southland Conference. But the Huskies had won 3 of 4 in 2016 and 2017, but lost the last 3 meetings, including being swept in the season series last year. So the Huskies looking to defend the home floor and rebound from 3 straight losses against Sam Houston State. Bearcats under a new head coach are looking to make headway and get their record over 500 for the season. Talk about that with the head coach, Donna Finney. Then we'll have all the play-by-play for you, and it's coming up straight ahead on the Husky Sports Network.
Houston Federal Credit Union and Houston Baptist University have joined forces to put the howl back in your finances. HFCU offers several products and services such as auto loans, mortgages, and credit cards. And HFCU has a financial education program, Elevate, which is tailored to helping you increase your financial knowledge. Stop by any of our convenient locations or visit our website, www.houstonfcu.org, and experience the credit union difference today. Dogs up.
Your heart sounds good, Daddy.
Regular checkups are good for many things.
No tumors. Uh-oh. Your colon sounds funny.
But they can't detect everything. At the Memorial Hermann Wellness Institute, get a full body scan, heart scan, or virtual colonoscopy to help you find problems early enough to do something about them.
I'm glad you're okay, Daddy.
Schedule your scan today. Call 713-222-CARE. Memorial Hermann, for your whole life.
I'm Robin.
And I'm Chris.
We're the brothers behind Firehouse Subs.
Back when we were firemen, when it came to food, we said it better be something good and a lot of it.
That's what you get at Firehouse Subs. Take our hook and ladder sub. Smoked turkey breasts, Virginia honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese, all steam heated and piled high on a toasted sub roll.
Our way beats their way. If you don't agree, it's free.
You're going to cover that, right?
My money's on the sub.
Love the confidence.
Firehouse Sub, founded by firemen.
You're listening to the Husky Sports Network, powered by DNA Studios.
Back on the Huskies pregame report, it's time for our game time chat with the head coach of the Huskies, Donna Finney. As we get ready for Sam Houston State this afternoon, the Bearcats in town here at Sharp Gym. And Donna, first of all, before we look ahead to this one, look back a little bit at Wednesday's game, another tough one, and another one where seems like it just basically came down to a stretch early in the third quarter that you went from a 1-point lead to a 9-point deficit in about the span of 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, and I think we were talking, Lonnie, during that stretch, it was just pure execution on the offensive end from us. And I was really pleased with how we defended them. The first half particularly, they only hit 1 3 in the first half. And, for a team that makes as many typically, I thought our defense on their guards was incredible in the first half. And then in the second half, we had 5 mistakes defensively, which were big mistakes and led to open shots. And so they hit those 5 threes. And it was, for us, that was frustrating because we'd done such a good job in the first half on our rotations and staying in a single coverage, which was a big goal for us against that team. So little things, but, just couldn't pull it out at the end of the day.
You mentioned the execution problems. You forced, I think, 18 turnovers against Abilene Christian, which is a good number. And it seems like you were possibly dictating your will on them defensively, but just couldn't take advantage of it.
Yeah, and again, I thought we got some good looks. I felt like the looks that we were taking were the right looks, and we had so many layups just rim out or, short jumpers for both Sophie and Amanda, who normally make those shots, that just couldn't hit. And it's been the story of the last couple of games. It's just, we're not finishing the play. And I think the positive thing is we're getting the right looks, and now we just got to finish it.
You did have some solid, I thought, individual contributions, though. Megan Valdez-Craters really looks like she's beginning to step up. Is she more confident now than you think she was at the start of the season?
Yeah, I think, honestly, Megan's only had one bad game all year, and that was at Nichols. And she knows that. But, we tell her all the time, this team goes as you go. And, to be getting that from your sophomore point guard is fantastic, but she knows what we expect, and she really, she understands how to score. She understands how to push the tempo, and she goes hard, and that's all you can ask for in your point guards, But I think, between Megan and then I think Shannon Jones rebounding, in the game against Abilene was huge for us, because one of our key points was we have to keep them off the glass. And she ended up with a double-double and had 11 rebounds and, just did a tremendous job. So, we need that from her every single day, and it hasn't been consistent. But to see her do that against one of the better teams in the league was a real positive.
Well, Sam Houston this afternoon, they are under a new coach, Raven Justice, and sometimes having a new coach, new system means a period of transition, but it looks like they're already off to a quick start under Raven Justice. They've won as many games this year as they've won in the last 2 years combined.
Yeah, no, they've got some, a very new look squad, compared to what we saw last year, and a lot of good athletes. I think Amber Leggett's one of the best freshmen in the league. She does some really nice things for them on the wing. They have experience. Haynes is a transfer from PV, graduate transfer, very experienced player, rebounds the ball really hard. And they have a couple of guards. Jalen Walker is shooting the ball really well, is in the top 5 scorers in the conference at the moment, and she pushes the tempo for them really, really well. I mean, they play a very up-tempo game and score in the top 25% in the nation in transition offense. So, it's going to be a good game to watch today, because both teams are going to try and get up and down the floor.
What kind of issues or challenges does that present for you defensively?
Well, it puts our guards under a lot of pressure, because we've talked about making sure that we have 2 back on every shot, because this team really does push it. And Megan and Sophie have to remember to do that, because, as well as Walker taking off with the ball in her hands, Leggett is so good at just running the lane lines. And, Sophie's going to have to go with her and not let her catch and, it become a 1v1 situation. So it's going to put pressure on those 2 guards for sure. And they have to be locked in the whole game in a transition defense aspect. When
you look at them and their improvement this year, it kind of also makes you look around the conference, and it looks like this is going to kind of be a bunched up conference again this season.
It does. It's, we just had that conversation in the locker room, right now there's so many teams with the similar records, and it's tough. It's early on, obviously, but just looking around, I think probably Lamar and SFA have separated themselves a little bit from the rest of the group, but then it's everybody else is bunched up there. Yeah. So, but every game counts, and we know how important today is, and we were disappointed on Wednesday, and we've got to do a better job today of executing down the stretch.
Well, the final home game before you head out for Louisiana next week, so I'm sure you always want to come away and defend the home floor, but especially today when you're going to be out on the road next week.
Yeah, and it's tough because, we're coming back in between those games, and the girls have to be in class, after getting home at 4 a.m. And, it's a tough stretch. But, everybody has to do it. So we've got to be prepared and be ready. And the good thing about this group is we have a lot of depth. And so, if someone doesn't show up to play hard that day, we've got other numbers that we can put in. So I know they're ready, and all they're thinking about is today's game.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Donna Finney, the head coach of the Huskies. We're going to take a timeout, come back with the starting lineups, then all the play-by-play on the Husky Sports Network.
4 Points by Sheraton. Always a great stay. Everything you need. Plus extras you love. All for a great rate. Over 150 hotels around the world. Travel the way you like. Check us out at 4points.com.
Building Houston to compete on the world stage is what we do at the IBEW. It's important to us that Houston knows why we do what we do, not just what we do. Sure, we're the best electricians. We train 10,000 hours to be the best. But we get up early so Houston is built to compete. To be the best, hire the best. Skilled labor isn't cheap, and cheap labor just isn't all that skilled.
The time is now to hire IBEW electricians.
You're listening to the Husky Sports Network, powered by DNA Studios.
And welcome back into Sharp Gym on the campus of Houston Baptist University. Starting lineups are being introduced here in the arena. Let's introduce them to you. First of all, for the visitors from Huntsville, Sam Houston State's Bearcats. send out this starting five. Jennifer Oramas, a 5'5 junior from Pembroke Pines, Florida, leads them out at guard. She'll be joined by Amber Liggett, a 5'11 freshman from Navarre, Florida. Dominique Maxwell, a 5'9 senior from Toronto, Canada, joins them. She averages 7.6 points per game. Jalen Walker, their leading scorer, 5'7 junior from Calvert, Texas, will be joined in the back line by Kiara McKinney, a 6'2 junior from Amarillo, Tascosa High School, to round out the starting five for head coach Raven Justice in her first season here, third season overall. Four-year Huskies. Jumping center this afternoon will be Veronica Kirienko. She's joined by Taylor Cole Morgan. Megan Valdez-Crater will run the point. Sophie Taylor and Shannon Jones round out the starting five for Donna Finney. We are ready to go. The tip is up, and the Huskies control as Kirienko gets the tip back to Sophie Taylor, and we're underway. The Huskies move left to right in their home white uniforms. As you look on and listen in this afternoon, we're glad to have you along. There's a steal by Amber Leggett. She gets it up ahead to Oramas, off on the run. She can't finish the layup, and the Huskies will clear it. Taylor comes away with it, and she'll bring it back across the timeline for HBU. Kick it left side to Valdez-Crater. She tries to drive to the baseline. Cut off, and she'll back it out. Looks for help. Goes out top. Shannon Jones. Give it off on the right angle to Taylor. A three won't go, and the rebound cleared by McKinney. Up ahead with a quick outlet. She gets it to Oramas, and she'll pull it up at the arc. Into the left corner. She gets it down low to Maxwell. Kick it cross court to Walker, and Jalen Walker will back it out and hold it up. Finds Oramas right side. Picked up by Sophie Taylor. Oramas trying to direct traffic. She wants a screen from Leggett. Gives it off to Leggett. Down to 4 on the shot clock. And there's a steal taken away by Cole Morgan. Taylor's off on the run. And she will put it up. Won't go. Can't finish it off. The rebound is saved underneath by Maxwell. And Sam Houston heads back the other way. Get it off to Oramas. She puts up a little runner on the baseline. Won't go. Rolls off the iron. Out of bounds off Sam Houston State. So 3 looks total up close and personal to start this game, and neither team able to connect so far. We're 1 minute and 24 seconds into the first quarter here, still looking for our first points of the ball game as Megan Valdez-Crater brings it up across the timeline for the Huskies. She goes high post, left elbow to Cole Morgan. She dumps it down low to Kirienko, and Kirienko with the right hand goes off the window and down through for the first 2 of this one. Mika averaging 5.7 points, 5.4 boards per game. She's got the first 2 this afternoon. Here's a runner by Leggett, blocked, partially blocked, I think, by Cole Morgan. The outlet up ahead, Valdez-Crater. She's going to put up a runner and scoops it in with the right hand off the window, and it got the friendly roll, and the Huskies go up 4-0. Out top for the Bearcats. It's Walker. She'll drive down, put it up. Off the window, won't go. Didn't touch iron, but the Huskies clear the glass. And Megan Valdez-Crater comes away with it. She'll bring it back up, set it up in the half court. Find Taylor Cole Morgan. Wanted to drive down right side, but kicks it back out instead to Shannon Jones. She'll penetrate left side angle. And we got an offensive foul call, or perhaps a travel. It's a traveling call, a turnover by the Huskies. No foul there. Huskies did a good job of forcing turnovers in Wednesday night's game. Did not take advantage of them. They give up their first turnover of this one. Underneath, Lydia Baxter has checked in, and she tried to dish it to Amber Leggett, and they got tangled up in traffic, and the ball goes out of bounds off of Sam Houston State Huskies basketball as we roll down to the 7-minute mark here in the first quarter of play. Just underway, Huskies up 4-0. Megan Valdez-Crater right down the middle of the lane, can't get it to go. She thought there was some contact, but the outlet goes up ahead to Leggett, and she can't finish it off, and the rebound cleared by the Huskies. One and done on most trips up the floor for either team to start this one. Sophie Taylor going to take it in, put it up, won't go. Rebound by Kirienko. She can't get the follow to go. The rebound tipped by Shannon Jones, but controlled by Dominique Maxwell for the Bearcats. Oramas will bring it up, pull-up jumper from the left side, and she gets the first points of the ball game for the Bearcats. Oramas averaging right at 11 points per contest. Second leading scorer on this team, or check it, the third leading scorer on this team this year. Letterman scoring last year in a season that was abbreviated by injuries. And Liddy back the other way. The Huskies put the points up on the board, and they increase the lead back to 4, 6-2. As Oramas brings it back up the floor. Into the middle is Maxwell, or check a Walker, and she's going to be called for a walk, traveling call. She tried to split the defense down low. By the way, the previous bucket for the Huskies was made by Megan Valdez-Crater, so she's got 4 now. Gets a basketball, and we'll bring it back up with 5:45 to go here, first quarter of play. Across the timeline, she is picked up by Maxwell. Tries to feed it into the blocks to Kirienko, but has it stolen away by Baxter. Get it up ahead to Maxwell, and she puts it in for the layup and has her first points of the ball game, and it's back down to a 2-point game, 6-4. The Bearcats apply some pressure, but Kirienko comes into the backcourt to help out Valdez-Crater. Gives it right back, and she drives in and will lose the basketball. Going to the floor is Rachel Harrell, who's checked in during the last stoppage in play. Foul on the Huskies on Megan Valdez-Crater, her first, and the first on either side this afternoon. Legging up the floor, holds it up high, gets it to Maxwell. Screen from Baxter as she drives down the right side. Won't go. The rebound tipped around. Maxwell tries to save it and does, but going to have a tied ball call as Taylor Cole Morgan hustled to get over there. She ties up Lydia Baxter. Alternating possession will leave it with the Bearcats, and it stops the clock with 4:57 to go. Brings us to our first timeout of the afternoon. And a back-and-forth game. Not a lot of fluid scoring yet, though. Huskies up by 2, 6-4 on the Husky Sports Network.
Combo with the lemonade, please. At Raising Cane's, we do one thing, and we do it better than anyone else. So why not let our food do the talking? We hand-cut our lemons daily. They're fresh squeezed and mixed with 100% natural cane sugar.
Love in the window.
Raising Cane's, only the best chicken finger meals. One love.
At Shipley Donuts, we make our donuts from scratch every single day. Nothing trucked in, frozen. And we are Texas born and raised since 1936. Not like those other guys. Shipley Donuts.
Anyone can get you ready. Holiday Inn Express gets you the readiest. Because ready gives a pep talk. Showtime. But the readiest gives a pep rally.
Holiday Inn Express. Be the readiest.
.457 to go as we welcome you back into Sharp Gym on the campus of HBU. The Huskies lead by 2. Although they're not shooting very well to get things going here. 2 for their first 8 on the floor. No three-point attempts or free throws yet. Sam Houston State, 3 of 8 from the floor. And here's a 3 put up by Walker. A long shot won't go. The rebound controlled by Maxwell. Gets it off to Leggett. She drives in and can't get her little baseline jumper to go off the glass. And it's cleared by Kirienko for the Huskies. Bria Johnson has checked in, and she's got the basketball as she comes across the timeline. Bounce pass into the blocks to Sophie Taylor. Turn around from the elbow. Just a little strong off the back iron. The rebound's going to be tipped out of bounds. Knocked down by Kirienko. Tried to reach in and knock it away from 3 orange jerseys that were down underneath the basket. Sam Houston State will get possession. Walker brings it up. Leaves it for Maxwell out top. Back to Walker. Left side angle. Screen from Baxter. She gives it off to Leggett. Leggett drives in, hits the deck hard. And that's going to draw a foul on Taylor Cole Morgan. First foul on Taylor. Second foul as a team on HBU. And Leggett a little bit shaken up as she gets up. Her teammates taking a look at her. Hannah Stelzer, the Huskies trainer, over there to take a look as well as the trainer and head coach Raven Justice from Sam Houston State head over. And they are taking a close look at Leggett. Looks like maybe some blood. I don't know if her nose hit the floor. It looks like she's got a cut over that left eye. And so they're going to walk her back to the bench and try to fix that up for her. We'll hope that she is okay here. Huskies still with a 2-point lead, 6-4. Foul was called on Taylor Cole-Morgan. That's her first. 4:06 to go here in the first quarter of play. It'll be Sam Houston State basketball. Oramus, Harrell, Baxter, Maxwell, and Walker, the 5 on the floor now for Sam Houston State. Cole-Morgan, Kirienko, Johnson, Jones, and Taylor, the 5 on the floor for Donna Finney. Now the officials talking things over. Amanda Johnson's going to take the opportunity to check in. Cole-Morgan will get a breather. And we're ready to go. Inbounds off the baseline. Oramus gets it out top to Baxter. She'll drive it down, tries to put it up over Kirienko, and they're going to call Veronica for a foul. She got her arms up and looked like she got the ball, but she also got the arm as well. That's going to be a shooting foul, and it'll send Lydia Baxter to the free throw line for a pair here. Sam Houston State as a team this year, 68% shooting team. Baxter gets the first one here on the line. She's got one more to come. Baxter right at 66% for the season. The second one is no good, but Maxwell gets the rebound and loses it out of bounds. Tried to go up with it. And they're going to say it went out off of Kirienko, who got her hands up and knocked it away. And it's going to stay in possession of the Bearcats. Down by 1, 6-5 as they get it in. Down low to Baxter. She turns around, tries to put it up, and it's going to hit the underside of the backboard and go out of bounds on the baseline there. Kirienko with good defensive posturing that time. And the Huskies benefit from her impact on that shot attempt by Lydia Baxter. Taylor brings it up. She'll set up left side angle. Maxwell is on her. Tries to strip it away, but Sophie drives in. Leave a bounce pass for Kirienko. Nice job. Veronica gets the bucket. She's got 4. And give the dime to Sophie Taylor. Huskies back up by 3, 8-5. Aramis up the floor. Almost lost control. Saves it to Baxter. Baxter drives in, backs down. Kick it in the corner to Aramis. A 3 going to come up short, and Kirienko with another board for the Huskies. Outlet to Taylor. Long outlet up ahead to Shannon Jones. She's underneath. Cut off, though, and numbers get back. Finds Sophie Taylor. She puts up a jumper from the right wing. Won't go, and the rebound is going to be run down in the corner by Jaylon Walker. She'll bring it up herself. Takes it into the paint. Floats it up with the left hand. Rattles around, but it goes down through. And just like that, they're back to within 1, 8-7. Kirienko has it stolen away on the inbounds pass. Walker saves it to Aramis. She'll back it out with a big shot clock in front of her. Aramis on the dribble, gets a screen from Maxwell, takes it down to the left baseline, leave it for Baxter, left elbow, and Lydia Baxter with the 15-foot jumper drops it down through and gives the Bearcats their first lead. Takara Wade is checked in for the Huskies. Her first activity this afternoon, and she'll drive it up across the midcourt stripe. Sets up right angle outside the arc between the leg dribble. Finds Sophie Taylor in the corner, lob it down low, intended for Amanda Johnson, tipped away on a double team by Walker, and she heads the other way for the Bearcats. Walker into the paint, little Euro step a la James Harden, and she got it to go high off the glass and down through for 2. It's 11-8. Sam Houston State now has put in 6 in a row to take a 3-point lead. Huskies have been scoreless for the last 2 minutes with 1:43 left here in the first quarter. Wade looks for Kirienko. Almost had the pass stolen away, but Wade saves it out top. Drives it in. She gets into the paint, put it up, off the iron, won't go, and the rebound cleared by Baxter for the Bearcats. Off to Oramas on the run. She's going to get an easy run out. Lays it up as she drove by the Husky defense. You heard Donna Finney in the pregame show, if you were with us before this one, talk about the pressure their transition offense puts on a defense. And here's another steal, and they're off on the run again. Baxter with the steal up ahead to Maxwell, and she finishes it off with a run out. Now they've put up 10 points in a row, a 10-0 run here. And the Huskies' drought continues here. So another little stretch where the Huskies have come up dry. Here's a 3 put up by Amanda Johnson, and she got it to go. Stops the bleeding for the moment and brings them back to within 4. That's a good sign for Amanda to hit one early like that. Perhaps get off to a good start. Now the Bearcats bring it into the forecourt. Ramos with the dribble. She turns around and looks back at Raven Justice, gets instructions. There's about a 2.5-second differential from game clock to shot clock, so they're going to bring it down as much as they can. Down low to Baxter, blocked by Kirienko. Tries to go back up, blocked from behind by Shannon Jones, but they're going to call a foul on that one. Shannon got over the top with the hand and touched the basketball. I didn't see any contact on the arm, but that's the call here. Well, I guess the reason you didn't see any contact with Shannon Jones is that the foul was called on Veronica Kirienko, her second, team's fourth, and the free throw by Baxter is good. Kirienko will sit down with 2 fouls. Kennedy Collins will check in for her. Wade checks out. Valdez Crater checks back in. Just under 5 seconds to go in the quarter, and both free throws good by Baxter. She takes the lead back up to 6, 17-11. Here's the inbounds pass. Taylor on the run. Time running out. She's going to put up a runner at the buzzer. Good look from the right wing, but it would not go, and that'll end the first quarter. Huskies start out well, but outscored 12-4 to end the quarter, and they trail by 6, 17-11 as we head to the second quarter on the Huskies Sports Network.
What's on your mind, kid? Make it fast.
I'd like to work here at Jimmy John's, world's greatest gourmet sandwich shop, sir.
Why do you want to work at Jimmy John's, kid?
I'm perfect for Jimmy John's.
Doing what?
Delivery.
Delivery?
Delivery.
We deliver pretty fast here at Jimmy John's.
That's what I heard.
What'd you hear?
You deliver pretty fast here at Jimmy John's.
Then you heard right.
I'm a fast study, sir.
You know the Jim John's slogan?
The Jimmy John's slogan?
Jim John's slogan is sub so fast you'll freak.
Sub so fast you'll freak is a swell slogan, sir.
When people call for a Jimmy John's sandwich, they want it fast.
Then I'm your man, sir.
How so?
Because I'm fast.
Fast at what?
Fast at everything.
Can you deliver fast?
I can deliver fast.
How fast?
I can run in 4:40 and 2:20.
Minutes?
No seconds.
That's fast. You deliver before?
I delivered newspapers before.
Were you fast?
Very fast.
How fast?
People got tomorrow's paper today.
That's fast.
So do I have the job?
Not so fast. How do I know you're not just some fast talker?
I can get your references.
When?
Now.
These are good references.
Thank you.
But at Jimmy John's, you gotta be more than fast.
More than fast.
You gotta be polite.
Fast and polite.
Fast and polite.
I can do fast and polite.
Okay, give me some time to think it over.
Okay.
Okay, I've thought it over. When can you start?
Now.
Now's good. What's your name, kid?
Stefan Avalopoulos.
Too long. How about Ed?
Ed's fine.
Welcome aboard, Ed.
Jimmy John's Subs, an official sponsor of HBU Athletics.
You're listening to the Husky Sports Network, powered by DNA Studios.
Back here at Sharp Gym on the campus of Houston Baptist University, the Huskies trail at the end of the first quarter, 17-11. Huskies shot 35% from the floor, 5 of 14, 0 for 2 from outside the arc. They didn't get to the free throw line. Sam Houston State not shooting a lot better from the floor, 7 of 19 for 37%, 0 of 2 outside the arc, and 3 of 4 at the free throw line. Huskies with the basketball to start the period, and Megan Valdez-Crater is going to be fouled. It's Jennifer Oramas who picks up the personal. That's the first foul of the second quarter on either side. And Huskies have the basketball. Inbounded Taylor to Valdez Crater. Get it off to Amanda Johnson, a three off the mark. But Amanda chases down her own rebound, now loses control, and it's going to go out of bounds. Boy, that's a tough break for Amanda. Good hustle. Got her the second opportunity, but it just rolled off her knee and out of bounds. She couldn't run it down. And so Sam Houston State will bring it back up. 7 turnovers in the first quarter for the Huskies. I'm sure that number's much higher than Donna Finney would like. Maxwell with a runner in the paint, floats it up high off the glass, won't go. The Huskies clear it. Up ahead, Shannon Jones going to take it into the paint, put it up, won't go. Kennedy Collins fights for the loose ball, but Baxter controls for the Bearcats. They'll get it up ahead. On the run, it's Walker. She takes it right side, drives in off the glass for 2, and she's going to draw the foul as well. And the foul is going to be called, I believe, on Collins, her first. And it'll send Jaylon Walker back to the free throw line. Walker now with 6 points. She takes over the scoring lead for the Bearcats. Can't convert on the free throw, though. So it remains an 8-point lead, 19-11 as the Huskies bring it up. Julia Vujakovic checked in for the Huskies, and she's out there on the floor. Megan Valdez Crater dribbles in left side, tries to put it up, hits the iron, and comes straight back down into the hands of Walker. Up ahead to Orama. She's going to run it out and sneaks under Amanda Johnson, lays it off the glass for 2, and the lead is up to 10 now. A lot of transition buckets here on the fast break by Sam Houston State. Valdez Crater looking for help. She's picked up her dribble. Now Vujakovic comes out to the left wing, helps her out, holds the ball up high, finds Amanda Johnson out top, lobs it over to Valdez Crater. She's running out of shot clock, puts it up, won't go, gets her own rebound, and it's blocked by Baxter. Walker clears it up ahead to Aramis. Cross-court baseball pass to Harrell. She fires a 3, and it's good. And Donna Finney needs a timeout with 8:05 to go. 24-11. The Huskies have been outscored 19-4 over about the last 6-minute period here between the first and second quarter. And this, I believe, is a coach's timeout. 34. Harrell, 34. 34. Harrell. 8:05 to go here. Trying to help the guys on the table here with some of their paperwork. Rachel Harrell with the bucket. She's given them a 13-point lead now with 8:05 to go. This looks like it turned into a full timeout, so a few extra seconds here for the coaches to talk things over with their players. Now they're ready to go back out onto the floor with 8:05 to go here in the first half of play. Vujakovic will go to the back line to inbound the ball to Megan Valdez Crater. And she'll get it across the midcourt line. Picked up by Oramis as she comes into the forecourt. Going to angle left. Backs down. Now pulls it back out. Still looking for help. She wants to go inside to Collins. Draws her out, though, and wanted to cut to the basket, but cut off there by Oramis. Gives it to Collins. She'll drive down right side. Turn around. Float up a little jumper. Won't go, and the rebound cleared by the Bearcats. Oramis off on the run. Leave it for Walker, right side. Thought about driving, pulls up for a 3 instead and gets it to go. And the run continues to here. The last 3:15, they put up a 12-0 run. The Huskies trying to find an answer. Valdez Crater down low, gets it on the left baseline to Shannon Jones, but we've got a whistle on the pass-off. We've got a foul going to be called on Jalen Walker. That's her first and the team's second here in the second quarter. Kennedy Collins and Amanda Johnson will check out for HBU. Taylor Cole Morgan will check back in. And for the first time this afternoon, we also see Lauren Calver check in, the 6'1 junior from Helensburgh, Australia. And the Huskies get it in underneath to Taylor Cole Morgan, and she gets her first points of the ball game off the glass and down through. And back the other way, though, Lydia Baxter takes a feed from Walker and drops it in with a layup of her own. And the lead is back up to 16, 29-13. Valdez Crater to Lauren Calver down low, finds Vujakovic, tries to go up, had her shot blocked by Walker, gets it back and puts it up with a little floater from the left angle, won't go, and the rebound cleared the second time by the Bearcats. Well, Ramos off on the run. She's going to hold it up, leave it for Maxwell, who's checked back in. They'll set it up in the half court. Ramos pulls to the right angle, gives it back cross court left to Maxwell. She'll drive in, right hand, runs it up and scoops it, won't go, and the rebound cleared by Cole Morgan for the Huskies. Valdez Crater is off on the run. She puts it up, won't go, off the iron, rolled off, a little too strong underneath with the layup attempt. And back the other way go the Bearcats. And quickly up the floor to Walker. She tried to take it in. Going to be fouled by Taylor. Taylor Cole Morgan with her second personal and the second on the Huskies. With 6 minutes to go, it stops the clock. And we'll send Jalen Walker to the free throw line. Walker, a 61% free throw shooter for the season, but she gets the first one to go here. This afternoon, Sam Houston State is 4 of 6 at the line. Now 4 of 7 as the second one will not go. And Takara Wade, who checked back in during the free throws, will bring it back up for the Huskies. Wade to Vujakovic. Back out top to Cole Morgan. Thought about putting it down, leaves it for Calver instead underneath, and Lauren will go to the rack and scoops it up and in with a nice left-handed shovel. And she gets her first points of the ball game, and the Huskies back to within 15. 30-15, 5.5 to go till halftime. Well, Ramos cross-court Harrell going to fire another three from the left angle. Won't go. Rebound tip by Cole Morgan, controlled by Wade for the Huskies. She's going to get it underneath to Megan Valdez Crater, and they're going to call her for a walk. Well, I think there was a little indecision there, and Takara Wade hit Valdez Crater with the pass. It was a little behind her. Looked like Megan was trying to go straight up to the basket, but they said she shuffled the feet with the basketball. And the turnover gives it back to the Bearcats. Baxter going to drive in. Has her shot swatted away. Shot attempt no good, but they're going to tie up the basketball, and it's going to be Sam Houston State with the alternating possession this time. So with 5:03 to go, they'll inbound the ball underneath. Tied ball between Cole Morgan and Baxter. Dominique Maxwell on the baseline tying her shoe, and so now we're ready to go. She gets it inbounds to Jalen Walker. She fires up a three, right side, won't go. The rebound's going to be tipped out of bounds. Takara Wade thought it was knocked out by Lydia Baxter, but the officials are going to say it went out off of Wade. So it will be Bearcats basketball, and here comes Amber Leggett back in. She's got a Band-Aid over her right eye, but it's good to see her able to get back into the ball game. And the Bearcats will take it in, and it's Maxwell who's going to drive it in from the left side. It rolls around the iron and goes down through. It's 32-15 now with 4:42 to go here in the first half of play. Wade finds Calver back to the basket at the right elbow. She's going to drive in, puts it up. Won't go, but she's going to draw a foul on Leggett. And that'll send Lauren to the free throw line for a pair of free throws here with 4:33 left. Lauren Calver going to the stripe for the first time tonight for the season. She is a 45% free throw shooter. Misses on the first one here. One more to come. Cole Morgan, Taylor, Jones check out. Natalia Guarda checks in for the first time. The second free throw no good, but Valdez Crater gets the long rebound, and she'll give it back to Takara Wade as they set it up again in the half court. Wade right side looking for help, finds Valdez Crater out top. Leggett picks her up. Valdez Crater behind the back dribble. Looks for help, goes to Vujakovic. Left side, she'll drive the baseline, put up a little runner off the side of the backboard. The rebound taken away by Oramas. She's going to drive up, cut off by Wade. Still tries to go down low, left baseline, reverses it up, won't go. And Guarda with the board for the Huskies, but she throws it right back to Oramas. Her point-blank look won't go. Maxwell with the follow. The putback will go this time. And a turnover right underneath the basket cost the Huskies 2 points there. 34-15, 3:40 and counting in the first half. Wade out top. Pulls up her dribble on the right side. Looks for help. Finds a cutter. It's Vujakovic. Nice move to the hole without the basketball by Julia Vujakovic. And a nice job of finding her by Wade. And the Huskies make it 34-17. First points of the ball game for Vujakovic. Right side. Left side, Maxwell drives in, spins around, but she walks in the process. Traveling call, and it'll give it back to the Huskies with 3:04 to go. Substitutions en masse here now for Sam Houston State. Kiera McKinney will check back in. Also out on the floor for the first time is Tia Harston, a 5'7" junior from Killeen, Texas. And also Rachel Harrell checks into the game. They join Maxwell and Oramas on the floor. Here's a runner put up by Takara Wade. She gets the bucket. Her first points of the ball game. The Huskies are back to within 34-19. Oramas with the dribble. Takes it down. Leave it on the baseline for McKinney with a bounce pass. She got inside the defender and gets the easy layup off the window for two. Back up to a 17-point advantage. Valdez Crater holds it up right side, finds Calvert underneath, and she's going to walk with the basketball. I think the fact that she was so wide open may have surprised her. And instead of going straight back up, she took a little shuffle step and turns it back over with 2:20 to go. The Bearcats bring it up. Oramas to Harston. Harston goes back to Oramas, right side. Into the corner. Now she'll feed it down in the blocks to McKinney. Turnaround jumper over Guarda. Rolls around the iron, won't go. And the rebound cleared by Lauren Calvert for the Huskies. She'll bring it into the forecourt herself, but holds it up. Finds Wade, who dumps it into Guarda. She'll back down, put it up, short, off the iron from the left side. And the rebound cleared by Rachel Harrell with 1:48 to go. 36-19. Sam Houston State with a big lead here. We roll down to the final 100 seconds of the first half. Harston, right side to Maxwell, out top to Oramas. Looked at a three, going to drive in, pulls up with a little floater from the left side, won't go. McKinney with the board for the Bearcats, won't go, and Guarda clears it for the Huskies. Gets it off to Wade, and she's off on the run with 1:20 to go. Pull up inside the arc, left wing, won't go with the jumper. Off the iron and comes off to Maxwell for the Bearcats. Dominique Maxwell brings it up. Now she's going to wait. Set it up out top to Harston. Harston calls the half-court set, and they spin it around, get it in the hands of Oramas. She'll dribble back to the middle. Now goes right side, cut off. Leave it for checking Maxwell on the left elbow, though, and her jumper is wide open. And she gets it to go. And now they've doubled up the lead here, 38-19, 45 seconds left in the first half. Valdez Crater going to drive in right side. Takes it by the defender. McKinney can't get it to go. But Guarda there to put back the follow. Can't get it to go. Calver with another rebound, though, on the offensive board. Finds Crater, and she fires a baseline three. Hit the iron, bounced out, hit the window, and spun around and dropped down through. And the Huskies get 3 from Megan Valdez-Crater. She's got 7 now to lead the way for HBU. Shot clock is off, down to the final 10 seconds. Karamas dribbles in the forecourt. Screen from McKinney. Valdez-Crater fights through it. Give it off to Maxwell. She's going to fire a three. Spins out, won't go, and that's going to be the end of the first half. Well, a tough stretch toward the end of the first quarter, start of the second quarter for the Huskies that allowed Sam Houston State to get off a big run and take a double-digit lead, and they have maintained it ever since and take a 38-22 lead into the locker room at the half. Stick with us. Coming up is the Huskies halftime report. We'll take a look at the first half stats and a look at the conference scoreboard straight ahead on the Husky Sports Network.
The real story is I'm in here every morning and have sampled just about every kolache that they make here.
Bacon, egg, and cheese on wheat for me, and then the rest is for the office. So, yes, I'll pick up every Friday. I'll stop by here and pick up some for my group. So.
Well, I used to think it was just fruit-filled stuff, and then I came here, and there's eggs and bacon and cheese and all kinds of good stuff in there. It's like a whole breakfast and a bun. It's great.
It's always a good thing if you can eat healthy and not know it.
When you drive down the street looking for something to eat, you're going to pass 5 places to buy a sandwich, 6 places to buy a burger. There's only one place you can get a kolache, and that's Kolache Factory. It's delicious. You're going to have people that try to copy you, but they're not going to do it as well. We know what we're doing. We've been doing it for 25 years. We do it the best, and our success proves that.
Houston's own Kolache Factory, the freshest, highest quality, best tasting kolaches in town. Over 50 Houston area locations and a proud partner of HBU Athletics.
You can always count on Houston Federal Credit Union to be there for you, because once a member, always a member. Take advantage of all their products and services to help you in all your financial milestones, such as purchasing your first car, planning your dream wedding, buying a home, and planning for retirement. Stop by any of their convenient locations or visit their website, www.houstonfcu.org, and experience the credit union difference today. Dogs up.
I am strong. I won't give up.
I put my heart into the game.
I learned from my mistakes.
Focus.
Determination. Confidence. I trust my gut. No limits.
Preparation.
Dedication. Leadership. I want to make my team and family proud.
Be an inspiration for other girls who like sports.
Join the movement.
Under Armour.
I'm Robin.
And I'm Chris.
We're the brothers behind Firehouse Subs. The last thing anyone needed was another sub shop.
They needed a better one.
We built Firehouse Subs on quality and quantity.
And I'm the quality.
Why my quantity?
Are you kidding?
Try our hook and ladder sub.
Smoked turkey breast, Virginia honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese.
Yeah, all served steaming hot on a toasted sub roll. Our way beats their way. If you don't agree,
it's free.
On him.
It's on him.
Firehouse Subs, founded by firemen.
The body is incredibly powerful. It's so nimble and fluid, but sometimes we push it too far. That's when you need the strength of Memorial Hermann and our body of affiliated orthopedic specialists. With our renowned Ironman Sports Medicine Institute, they not only get your body back to where it was, they get it to go further. It's what makes us more than just hospitals. We are a body of experts. Memorial Hermann, advancing health.
Tammy and I have been going steady since high school.
Tammy and Tommy, two peas in a pod, as they say.
We have all the same friends. We like all the same things. I mean, we practically even have the same name.
But there's one thing we could just never agree on.
Soda.
I have been begging him all these years to just try Pepsi, and I knew he would change his tune.
Yeah.
So, finally, I had him take the Pepsi Taste Challenge. And go on, tell him what you told me, Tommy.
I'm a Pepsi man.
Right? Gosh, isn't Pepsi so good?
I tell you what, I don't know why I didn't try it sooner.
Me neither.
It's so crisp and refreshing and bubbly.
Like me.
Like you.
I'm always right.
She's always right.
All across the South, people are choosing the great taste of Pepsi. Take the Pepsi Taste Challenge and let your taste decide.
It would be great if human beings were great at being human. And if all of mankind were made up of kind women and kind men. It would be wonderful if common knowledge was knowledge commonly known. And if the light from being enlightened into every heart was shown. It would be glorious if neighbors were neighborly, and indifference a forgotten word. It would be awesome if we shared everything, and being greedy was absurd. It would be spectacular if the golden rule was golden to every man, and the good things that we ever did was everything that we can.
Treating others like we'd like to be treated has always been our guiding principle.
Marriott Houston West Chase, a proud partner of HBU Athletics.
You're listening to the Husky Sports Network, powered by DNA Studios.
And welcome back in the Sharp Gym on the campus of HBU. Halftime of our game between your HBU Huskies women and the Sam Houston State Bearcats. The Huskies down by 16 here at the midway point. 38-22 is our score. We've got a minute, so let's take a look at some of the first half stats. Shooting percentages, as you might expect, favor the Bearcats in almost all categories. They were 16 of 38 from the field, 42% in the first half, 10 of 33 for the Huskies, just over 30% shooting from the floor for HBU. The Huskies did put up 5 3-point field goal attempts and made 2 of those 5, so they're shooting at 40%. And 2 made 3-pointers by Sam Houston State as well, but they're 2 of 7 for 29%. Huskies only got to the free throw line 2 times, and they missed both those free throw attempts. That coming by Lauren Calver, who went 0 for 2 at the stripe. The only free throw attempts of the first half for the Huskies. Sam Houston State got to the line 7 times. They were 4 of 7, 57% in the first half. We talked about before the game the fact that the Huskies have done a good job of getting to the line but not making free throws. And in the first half of this one, they struggled both to get to the line and then to make them when they got there. So we'll see if they can get to the line more often here in the second half and use that to try and draw back to within striking range of Sam Houston in the second half. Big numbers that favor Sam Houston State are in the hustle columns as well. The points in the paint, 22-16 is the edge there for Sam Houston State. Turnovers, the Huskies turned it over 11 times to just 4 for the Bearcats. And of those 11 turnovers, Sam Houston turned it into 12 points, and they've got a 12-2 edge in points off turnovers. Second chance points, a 6-3 advantage there, and then on fast breaks, a 7-2 edge there. It seemed like that number would be or should be higher, but still, those 4 categories, points off turnovers, points in the paint, second chance points, and fast break points, all favor the Bearcats here through the first half of play. The Huskies had an 8-5 lead early in the first quarter of this one, but since that point have been outscored 33-14. They finish up trailing by 6 at the end of one, 17-11. Then outscored by 10 in the second period, 21-11, to get us to our halftime number here. Individual scoring looks like this. A couple of players in double digits for Sam Houston State through the first 20 minutes. 10 for Dominique Maxwell, 10 for Jalen Walker. And they are joined by Lydia Baxter off the bench with 7, 6 from Jennifer Oramas, 3 off the bench from Rachel Harrell. She hit a 3-point field goal for her points here in the first half, and then 2 from Kiara McKinney, who got a layup late in the second quarter to round out the scoring for the Bearcats. HBU is led by Megan Valdez-Crater, who's got 7 points and 3 rebounds here in the first 20 minutes of play. And then several players with 1 bucket each. Amanda Johnson with a 3-point bucket has 3. Takara Wade with 2. 2 from Julia Vujakovic. Lauren Calver with 2. Taylor Cole Morgan with 2. And we do have 4 points and 4 rebounds from Veronica Kirienko. Let's make sure we don't leave Nika out there, as she was 2 of 3 from the floor and had 3 defensive rebounds and an offensive board in the first 20 minutes of play. Huskies have 2 players with 2 fouls each, Cole Morgan and Kirienko with 2 personal fouls. No foul trouble, just 3 fouls in the entire first half against Sam Houston State. Amber Leggett, Jennifer Oramas, and Jalen Walker each with 1. So they are in no foul trouble here through the first 20 minutes. So again, our halftime score is 38-22. The Huskies trail by 16 points. Let's take a timeout. When we come back, we'll take a look at what's going on in other games around the Southland Conference this afternoon on the Husky Sports Network.
What's it mean for the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 716, to send someone to your job site? It means electricians that pass basic trigonometry, calculus, or algebra are sent to your job site. It means electricians familiar with OSHA compliance are sent to your job site. It means IBW electricians made a conscious decision to improve their life and the lives of others. What does it mean? It means everything. To be the best, hire the best.
The time is now to hire IBEW.
At Shipley Donuts, we make our donuts from scratch every single day. Nothing trucked in, frozen. And we are Texas born and raised since 1936. Not like those other guys. Shipley Donuts.
At Holiday Inn Express, we can't guarantee that you'll be able to contain yourself at our breakfast bar.
Morning, egg white omelet.
Sup, Lady Bacon? Fruit?
There it is.
But we can guarantee that you'll get the best price when you book with us.
Holiday Inn Express. Be the readiest.
The real story is I'm in here every morning and have sampled just about every kolache that they make here.
Bacon, egg, and cheese on wheat for me, and then the rest is for the office. So yes, I'll pick up every Friday. I'll stop by here and pick up some for my group.
Well, I used to think it was just fruit-filled stuff, and then I came here and there's eggs and bacon and cheese and all kinds of good stuff in there. It's like a whole breakfast and a bun. It's great.
It's always a good thing if you can eat healthy and not know it.
When you drive down the street looking for something to eat, you're going to pass 5 places to buy a sandwich, 6 places to buy a burger. There's only one place you can get a kolache, and that's Kolache Factory. It's delicious. You're going to have people that try to copy you, but they're not going to do it as well. We know what we're doing. We've been doing it for 25 years. We do it the best, and our success proves that.
Houston's own Kolache Factory, the freshest, highest quality, best tasting kolaches in town. Over 50 Houston area locations and a proud partner of HBU Athletics.
4 Points by Sheraton. Always a great stay. Everything you need. Plus extras you love. All for a great rate. Over 150 hotels around the world. Travel the way you like. Check us out at 4points.com.
Raising Cane's, we believe in one love, quality chicken finger meals. But creating one love is no simple task. Everything has to be served hot and fresh, not just hot. We use only 100% premium chicken tenderloins, guaranteeing a 0% chance of leftovers. We insist on the best ingredients for our fries, like potatoes. And, well, we can keep talking quality, or you can just eat it. Raising Cane's, one love.
All right, here at Sharp Gym, halftime of our game between your HBU Huskies and the Sam Houston State Bearcats. Bearcats with a 38-22 lead here at the half. We're just about ready to go with the second half of action here, but before we get things underway here, let's take a quick look around the Southland Conference this afternoon. One game is already in the books on the women's side of the bracket. 62-56. In Lake Charles this afternoon at home, McNeese State Cowgirls come up with a 6-point win over the Southeastern Louisiana Lady Lions there. Other games in progress and a couple about to go finals. Abilene Christian in Natchitoches this afternoon to take on Northwestern State. And the Wildcats have a 68-55 lead there with just about 2 minutes to go. Stephen F. Austin is in San Antonio. The Lady Jacks taking on the Cardinals of Incarnate Word. They're knotted up at 56 apiece with 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. A little bit couple of games that are not as far along as ours are those other two. New Orleans is in Corpus this afternoon, just underway in the first quarter. A&M Corpus Christi with a 5-4 lead there. And at the half now in Conway, Arkansas, Nichols and Central Arkansas all knotted up at 27 apiece. So we'll keep an eye on the scoreboard there. Huskies have the ball here as we get ready to go to start the third quarter. Sophie Taylor will get it inbound to Megan Valdez-Crater. They're joined by Takara Wade, Veronica Kirienko, and Amanda Johnson to start the third period here. Taylor's going to drive in, puts it up, has it blocked by McKinney. Can't get the rebound. It's loose on the floor and taken away by Walker. Long outlet up ahead to Aramis. Right side, drives through the paint, tries to get it off into the corner, and it's going to be knocked out of bounds off of Sam Houston State, and it'll be Huskies basketball. Looked like a pinball down there on the baseline, bouncing around in different directions. The Huskies come out with the basketball. Pressure in the backcourt by the Bearcats. Veronica Kirienko will bring it up a couple of dribbles, and she'll give it back to Wade. Wade will drive down, pull up with a little jumper from the left angle, comes up short, and the rebound cleared by the Bearcats. Walker leaves it for Maxwell. Each with 10 points in the first half of this one. To get it back to Aramis. She finds Walker again out top. Back to Aramis. Kick it down to McKinney. McKinney to Maxwell out on the wing for a three. Won't go, but right there underneath is Amber Leggett. The freshman turns around and puts it off the glass and through for two. First points of the second half belong to the Bearcats, and the Huskies break the press. Quickly up to Sophie Taylor. She tries to go up. She's going to be bumped by Kiara McKinney. Well, let's see. They're pointing toward Leggett now, and they're going to call the foul on Leggett. Could have picked either one there, but it's going to send Sophie Taylor to the free throw line. Well, we talked about the dearth of free throws in the first half for the Huskies. 0 for 2 at the stripe through the first 20 minutes. Sophie Taylor gets the first one to go here. And it's 40-23. Natalia Guarda checks in for the Huskies. Kirienko is going to check out. Donna Finney catches her and gives her some instruction as she heads to the bench. Taylor gets the second free throw, and the Huskies cut it back to 16. 40-24, 8:39 to go in the third. Just underway in the second half. We've got a whistle and a foul. Trying to set a screen for Aramis. Kiara McKinney stepped out, and they call it for an illegal screen. And for McKinney, that'll be her first. Second foul of the third quarter here on the Bearcats. Huskies bring it up. Sophie Taylor in a hurry. Pulls up, though. Now she takes off. Underneath, lays it up and in for two. She pulled up, then decided to penetrate from the left side and got a step on the defenders and scooped it up off the window. Sophie now has 4. Walker back the other way. Going to leave it on the baseline for McKinney. Nice move. All the work done by Jaylon Walker there, and she got it off to McKinney, who gets the easy layup out of it. McKinney's got 4. 42-26. Valdez-Crater dribbles for the Huskies. Right side out top to Taylor. A three, and she got it. Sophie Taylor finds the range. The Huskies' third long-distance dial-up of the game, the first of the second half. Cuts it back down to 13. Well, you're going to need some of those if you're going to inch back into this one. And Sophie gets her first 3 of the day. Maxwell drives in, cut off by Wade, gives it off to Leggett, puts up a shot, blocked by Guarda and taken away by Johnson. Amanda up ahead to Valdez Crater, lay it off the window for 2, count the bucket, and she's fouled. And will go to the line to try to cut it down to a 10-point deficit here. Foul is going to be called on Oramus. That's her second. Baxter and Harrell check in. McKinney and Leggett will check out for the Bearcats. And Valdez Crater goes to the free throw line. So free throw is up, and they're going to call a lane violation on Natalia Guarda. She was trying to jump the shot to spin around and get inside position on, I believe, Lydia Baxter there, and just jumped the gun a little too early. Jaylon Walker drives in, pulls up at the free throw line, and gets the jumper to go. 44-31 as we hit the 7-minute mark in the third. Valdez Crater angles to the right. Now she's going to drive down on the baseline, leave it off for Wade. Wade can't finish it off, but she's going to be fouled underneath. Foul is going to be on Dominique Maxwell. And for Maxwell, that'll be her first. 4th team foul, though, on the Bearcats. And it'll send it'll send Wade to the free throw line for the Huskies. For the season, Takara Wade's a 72% free throw shooter. She gets the first one to go here. It's back down to 12, 44-32. Wade now with 3 points in the ball game. She'll have one more here at the stripe with 6:48 to go and gets it to go as well. So the Huskies already have tripled the number of free throws they had in the first 20 minutes. And now they are 4 of 6 from the line. Here's a jumper and put up short by Walker. Won't go, but the rebound controlled by Maxwell. Oramus left alone, wide open. She puts up a 3 finally. Hesitated, though. And the loose ball is going to be knocked out on the baseline, they say, by Amanda Johnson. And it'll be Bearcat basketball. Walker and Johnson both hit the deck. 44-33. Huskies trail by 11. But they were down by 16 at the half. They've outscored the Bearcats by 5 here to start the third quarter. Sam Houston State with the basketball, though, and they get it out top to Maxwell, and she loses it on the spin and taken away by Wade. Wade off on the run, going to try to put it up, and missed on the acrobatic attempt. Walker back the other way, going to go to Baxter on the baseline. She tries to kick it back out and throws it away. Right to Jason Barfield, who's doing play-by-play for the Bearcats this afternoon. He makes a nice play, and the Huskies will bring it back into the forecourt, still trailing by 11. Valdez Crater going to drive in, puts it up, and she's going to be called for the offensive foul. Baxter was very close to that semicircle under the basket, but said she had set position outside the line there. And that's an offensive foul on Megan. Her second personal, just the first foul on the Huskies here in the second half. 6:01 to go. Walker and Maxwell will bring it up into the forecourt. Get it to Baxter. She'll drive around, spins on Guarda. Can't get the shot to go. But Natalia will draw the personal foul, her first. Second team foul on the Huskies. With 5:48 to go, Lydia Baxter back to the free throw line. First one is good. She's now 2 of 4, or check it, 3 of 4 at the free throw line this afternoon. And the second one is good as well. Back up by 13, 46-33. Taylor into the forecourt, going to find Amanda Johnson on the baseline. A three, won't go off the iron. High bounce off the iron, and the rebound cleared by Baxter for the Bearcats. Gives it off to Walker. She tries to go behind the back and loses control. Stolen by Valdez-Crater. She's off on the run. 2-on-2. Leave it for Sophie Taylor, and Taylor will lay it off the window for two. Good job by Megan Valdez-Crater. She'll get the assist. And Taylor with the bucket brings them back to within 11. 46-35. A wild-looking scoop put up by Baxter. Won't go. And long outlet up ahead for the Huskies. Taylor runs it down. Leave it for Amanda Johnson underneath. And she goes up over Hell. It's down to a single-digit deficit. Amanda's got 5. The Huskies back to within 9. We've got a timeout on the floor. That stops the clock with 4:59 to go. 46-37. On the Husky Sports Network.
I didn't believe I could do it. The weight seemed too heavy. My competitors were too fast. I lacked motivation, and then I found the Hulk t-shirt. I transformed myself and believed that I could conquer the competition. Now everybody takes me serious because I demand them to. If I can do it, you can do it. Under Armour Alter Ego. Transform yourself.
At Memorial Hermann, we're many parts working in harmony. Performing more brain and spinal surgeries than anyone in Houston. Conducting groundbreaking research at our Misher Neuroscience Institute. Establishing the region's largest network of certified stroke centers. Some might say this makes for an accomplished performance, but to us, it's all in a day's work. Memorial Hermann. Breakthroughs every day.
.459 to go here in the third quarter of play. The Huskies have drawn back to within 9 points, outscoring the Bearcats 15-8 to start the third quarter here. And it's 46-37 as Sam Houston State will have the basketball. Here in the third quarter, the Huskies are 5 of 9 from the floor for 56%. And they're 4 of 4 at the free throw line. I have to check that number. I thought they had 3 free throw attempts. Sets of free throw attempts here in the third quarter. Nevertheless, they've made them all. Here's a pass down low to Baxter. Tries to put it up. Partially blocked by Guarda for the Huskies, and they'll clear it out. Valdez-Crater will leave it for Wade, and Wade will hold it up on the dribble. Gets a screen from Sophie Taylor. Now finds Sophie. She'll drive in, try to bounce pat or send it down low. Now she finds Nat Guarda, and Guarda gets the easy layup for 2, and the Huskies are within 7. Her first points of the ball game off the feed from Taylor. She tried to thread the needle at first, had it knocked right back to her, but that just allowed the defense to come up and double and triple team her and leave Guarda alone. Here's a move in the paint by Walker. She'll force it up, won't go, but we're going to get a foul. The foul is going to be called on Wade for the Huskies, her first, team's third, and that'll stop the clock with 4:08 to go. Another timeout on the floor, so let's take the break. The Huskies now to within 7, 46-39 on the Husky Sports Network.
4 Points by Sheraton. Always a great stay. Everything you need. Plus extras you love. All for a great rate. Over 150 hotels around the world. Travel the way you like. Check us out at 4points.com.
Every visit to Raising Cane's begins with a moment of truth. What to have? 6 delicious, fresh, never ever frozen premium chicken fingers? 4 chicken fingers? Or perhaps 3 delectable chicken fingers? It's a tough one. We haven't even gotten to the whole coleslaw crinkle fried conundrum of deliciousness. Yeah, take your time, sister. we understand. Raising Cane's, one love.
Back at Sharp, the Huskies have tried to cut into a 16-point deficit here in the third quarter, and they've done a good job so far, down by just 7. But at the line for the Bearcats out of the timeout is Jalen Walker. She's got a pair of free throws and gets the first one to go, and temporarily slows down the Husky train with the free throw. One more to come. 47-39, 48-39. Walker gets them both to go here, and the Huskies will face some pressure on the inbounds play. Wade will bring it up across the timeline, picked up by Rachel Harrell. Under 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Bounce pass, right elbow to Amanda Johnson. She's going to drive into the free throw circle, puts up a jumper too strong off the back iron. Maxwell swinging elbows as she comes out of there with it, but saves it off to Aramis. On the baseline, finds Harrell. She tried to go backside to Aramis. Saved by Jennifer Aramis. Back to Harrell from the corner at 3. And she gets it to go. Good ball movement that time by the Bearcats. And wound up with a wide open baseline jumper for Rachel Harrell. Here's Takara Wade going to answer just inside the arc. But Wade drains the 16-footer. Count the bucket. She's got 6. And it's back to within 10. Here's a runner put up. Going to be put by Walker and fouled by Wade. That'll be the second of the quarter, the second of the game on Takara Wade. And it will send Walker back to the free throw line. Walker on the afternoon at the line. Is now 5 of 8 from the free throw line this afternoon. Megan Valdez-Crater with lob into the blocks to Natalia Guarda. She's going to be bumped by Kiera McKinney from behind. McKinney checked back in during the last stoppage. And that Guarda, on the 15th foul of the quarter, will go to the free throw line here. 53-41, the clock stopped right at 3 minutes to go. Taylor Cole Morgan off the bench. She's going to check in, maybe coming in for Guarda. We'll see. Nat's first free throw is good, rattles it around. Baxter will check in for McKinney. McKinney with her second foul checks out. Baxter back in with 8 points. One more free throw here for Guarda, and it is good. And Nat, after making those free throws, will check out, and Cole Morgan will check in for her. Down by 10, under 3 to go. 53-43 as Aramis brings it across the midcourt line for the Bearcats. Leaves it out top for Walker, tries to drive in, loses control, and it's stolen away. Amanda Johnson comes away with it. Finds Sophie Taylor, and they'll bring it up. Across the timeline, Taylor is picked up by Walker. Between the legs dribble, and she's going to give it off to Wade. Back to Taylor, open for a 3. Won't go. Rebound, boxed out by Maxwell. Cole Morgan can't get to it, and Maxwell will get it off to Aramis. She's going to drive in, finds Baxter, turn around, puts it up, won't go, but she's fouled. And Lydia Baxter will go to the free throw line. So Baxter back to the stripe, where this afternoon she is 5 of 6, now 6 of 7 as she gets the first one to go here with 2:20 to go in the third quarter. Second free throw, no good, comes up short. And Cole Morgan with the rebound on the loose ball. Huskies down by 11. They had it down as close as 7 midway through this third quarter. Screen from Cole Morgan for Megan Valdez-Crater. The Huskies can't do anything with it out top. Megan Valdez-Crater behind the back. Another screen from Cole Morgan. Going to leave it backside for Amanda Johnson. She's going to get off a three. The shot is going to be tipped, and let's see. I'm going to get a foul on Taylor Cole Morgan. That'll be Taylor's third. And we'll go the other end of the floor, and Dominique Maxwell will have free throws here. So Maxwell goes to the free throw line this afternoon. She is this is her first free throw attempt and rattles around, but it goes down. 55-43. 12 of 16 at the stripe this afternoon for the Bearcats as a team. They're shooting 75%. The Huskies are 11 of 15 now. Our check at the Huskies are 6 of 8 now at the free throw line. 6 for 6 here in the second half. Both free throws good. And the Huskies bring it up off the made free throws. Runner put up by Sophie Taylor. Won't go. The rebound cleared by Baxter for the Bearcats. Off to Aramis. She's on the run. Going to float it up in the paint. Got it up over Amanda Johnson, and it goes. And the lead is back up to 15. Huskies trailed by 16 at the break. They got off to a great start here in the third quarter, but now Sam Houston State has almost gotten it all back. Here's a feed inside. Taylor down to Kirienko. She can't get the shot to go, but she's going to be fouled. It's either on Walker or Baxter. No, I'm sorry. Rachel Harrell is going to be called for the personal foul. So Veronica Kirienko will go to the line for the Huskies. Kirienko looking at her first free throw of the game, and she gets it to go. Nika on the afternoon gets the second free throw to go and now has 6 points. The Huskies back to within 13, 58-45. You'd like to shave a little more off that lead before the end of the quarter, which is now 60 seconds away. Harold's going to drive down, pull up, turn around, spins, won't go. Aramis sneaks in, though, gets the rebound, saves it out top to Walker. Bounce pass on the baseline to Baxter. Can't get it to go. Gets her own rebound. And they're going to call Kirienko for the personal there. And for Kirienko, that is going to be her third. And it's going to send Lydia Baxter back to the free throw line for a pair here, and she gets the first one to go. 59-45. Kennedy Collins checks in after the free throw. Kirienko will go sit down. And the second free throw is short. 1 out of 2 at the stripe for Baxter that time. She has 9 points. Wade in a hurry across the timeline. Pulls up. Finds Valdez-Crater. 38 seconds to go in the quarter. Megan drives down. Right side. Going to go through traffic. Puts it up underneath. Won't go. A couple of bodies get tangled up. Maxwell and Collins. But the rebound is controlled by the Bearcats. Walker gets a screen from Maxwell. They've got the last shot if they want it. Shot clock is off, and we're down to 15 seconds to go in the third. 59-45, 10 seconds. And here's going to be a whistle, and a foul going to be called on Megan Valdez-Crater. Stops the clock with 8 seconds to go. Donna Finney just puts her hands on her head. She was looking for a 5-second call out there out top, I believe. But it did not come, and first free throw from Maxwell is good. Valdez-Crater will check out. Shannon Jones will check in. Lead is 15 again. 60-45, and a free throw away from taking it back up to their halftime lead of 16, and Maxwell gets it to go, and they are right back up by 16 points. Wade gets the inbounds pass back from Collins. He's going to put up a jumper at the buzzer. Off the iron, won't go, and that'll be the end of the third. The Huskies got off to a great third quarter start and pulled it to within 7 points, trailing 46-39. But after that, they were outscored 15-6 to end the third quarter and trail now by 16 going into the fourth, 61-45. Stick with us. Fourth quarter coming up on the Huskies Sports Network.
What's on your mind, kid? Make it fast.
I'd like to work here at Jimmy John's, world's greatest gourmet sandwich shop, sir.
Why do you want to work at Jimmy John's, kid?
I'm perfect for Jimmy John's.
Doing what?
Delivery.
Delivery?
Delivery.
We deliver pretty fast here at Jimmy John's.
That's what I heard.
What'd you hear?
You deliver pretty fast here at Jimmy John's.
Then you heard right.
I'm a fast study, sir.
You know the Jim John's slogan?
The Jimmy John's slogan?
Jim John's slogan is sub so fast you'll freak.
Sub so fast you'll freak is a swell slogan, sir.
When people call for a Jimmy John's sandwich, they want it fast.
Then I'm your man, sir.
How so?
Because I'm fast.
Fast at what?
Fast at everything.
Can you deliver fast?
I can deliver fast.
How fast?
I can run a 440 and 220.
Minutes?
No seconds.
That's fast. You delivered before?
I delivered newspapers before.
Were you fast?
Very fast.
How fast?
People got tomorrow's paper today.
That's fast.
So do I have the job?
Not so fast. How do I know you're not just some fast talker?
I can get your references.
When?
Now.
These are good references.
Thank you.
But at Jimmy John's, you gotta be more than fast.
More than fast?
You gotta be polite.
Fast and polite.
Fast and polite.
I can do fast and polite.
Okay, give me some time to think it over.
Okay.
Okay, I've thought it over. When can you start?
Now.
Now's good. What's your name, kid?
Stefan Avalopoulos.
Too long. How about Ed?
Ed's fine.
Welcome aboard, Ed.
Jimmy John's Subs, an official sponsor of HBU Athletics.
You're listening to the Husky Sports Network, powered by DNA Studios.
Shooting percentages for our ball game still favor Sam Houston State as we go to the fourth quarter here. They're 41%, 21 of 51 from the floor. Huskies 17 of 50 for 34%. Bearcats with the basketball to start the fourth. Orama's going to put up a jumper, too strong from the wing. Won't go, and Baxter gets the rebound, though. And another offensive set for the Bearcats. Down on the right baseline, Maxwell will get it back out top to Oramas. She directs traffic, leaves it off for Walker, top of the arc. Screen from Baxter. She drives down left side, loses control, though. Good positioning by Kennedy Collins not to let her get through, and the Huskies steal it. Wade off left side to Sophie Taylor, tries to go up, hits the deck, bumped by Baxter, no whistle, no foul. The ball comes off to the Bearcats. Into the corner, Harrell's got a three, and she got it. Rachel Harrell with her third three-pointer of the ball game. She's now 3 of 4 from outside the arc, and she's got 9 with 9 minutes to go. It's the biggest lead of the ball game for the Bearcats, 19 points. Sophie Taylor with the basketball, dribbles down left side, cut off as she goes to the baseline. Leaves a bounce pass for Jones, who runs it down, takes it in herself, puts it up on the move, won't go, and the rebound pulled down by the Bearcats one more time. Harrell up the floor. She'll stop at the arc, left side angle. Leave it for Maxwell, and she'll get it to Oramas, and they'll set it up. 64-45, Bearcats with the lead. Oramas to Harrell, thought about a three, drives into the middle, though, cut off by Wade. Leave it back out top for Walker. She yo-yos slowly out top. Jones on her, shot clock winding down. She's going to put up a wild-looking shot, and that's going to be a shot clock violation. Didn't hit anything. Looking straight up at the basket, you got to figure that Walker was aware that the shot clock was running down, just didn't have anywhere to go with it and couldn't get the shot off. Huskies bring it back up, trailing by 19. Wade takes the feed from Taylor. She'll take it back out near the midcourt line. Set up, right side angle. Looks to go inside, but leaves it at the free throw circle for Amanda Johnson. And Amanda Johnson gets the bucket to go. Rolled around the iron. Amanda's got 7 now. In a hurry the other way, Aramis puts it up. Baxter with the offensive rebound. And again, they're content to eat up as much clock as they can here on these possessions. Underneath to Baxter, her shot rolls off, but she gets another rebound. She goes back up, but she's fouled by Kennedy Collins. Collins, that'll be her second. prevented an easy layup, but it'll send Baxter to the free throw line where she has been pretty good this afternoon. She's been there 10 times already today, 7 of 10. And the first one comes up short. Natalia Guarda off the bench. She's going to check in for Collins. One more free throw to come for Baxter. 17-point lead for the Bearcats, now 18. (65-47) as Baxter gets the second free throw to go. 7:15 left in the ball game. Wade with a bounce pass into the right corner to Taylor. She finds Johnson on the right elbow, and Amanda puts up the jumper from 14. Got it to go, and she's got 9 now. It's back down to 16 with 7 minutes left. Amanda Johnson closing in on her season average. Coming off the bench with 11 points per game. Or make it 12, excuse me. Here's a pass inside to Baxter. This time she has her shot impacted by Guarda and taken away by the Huskies. Up ahead, Sophie Taylor in the left corner, going to drive to the middle, spins around, tried to go up, has it knocked out of bounds, and they're going to say off of Taylor. Going to say it went off of her knee. And that's the way the breaks have gone for the Huskies today. Sam Houston stayed back up the floor. Oramus controls the dribble. She's going to fire a three from the top of the arc. Got a screen from Baxter. It won't go, though. Rims out. The Huskies will clear it. Guarda to Wade, and Wade will hurry it up. Leggett at the table, about to check in for the Bearcats. Huskies in the corner. Go to Jones. Jones down low to Guarda. And she's double-teamed and has it knocked away. Stolen by Aramis. She's on the run. Going to get an easy layup and puts it in off the window. And Aramis now in double digits with 10 points. So they've got 4 players with 10 or more points now. Runner put up by Shannon Jones. She can't finish it off. And back the other way, the Bearcats go. Leading by 18. And now Walker will hold it up out top. Leggett still at the table waiting to check in. Raven Justice, the head coach for the Bearcats, in her first year, shouting instructions to her team. Now Aramis drives in, puts it up, and floats it over Nat Guarda and gets it to drop down through. And it's now a 20-point advantage for Sam Houston State. 69-49, 5 minutes left in the game. Taylor tries to lob it into Guarda, but Baxter covers her up and steals the basketball, and Taylor steals it right back as Baxter tried to take it up. Now a bounce pass to Jones down low on the left side, and Shannon Jones goes off the glass for 2. That, I believe, is the first points of the ball game for Shannon Jones. It is her first 2 of the ball game, so she's on the board with 4:25 to go. The Huskies are back to within 18. Walker out top leaves it for Aramis, and she tried to go left wing to Harrell. Amanda Johnson jumped the passing lane, though, knocks it out of bounds. That'll stop the clock with 4:19 to go. Brings us to a timeout here in the fourth quarter. 18-point deficit for the Huskies. Can they climb out of it? It's under 5 left. We'll see when we come back on the Husky Sports Network.
It would be great if human beings were great at being human. And if all of mankind were made up of kind women and kind men. It would be wonderful if common knowledge was knowledge commonly known. And if the light from being enlightened into every heart was shown. It would be glorious if neighbors were neighborly. And indifference, a forgotten word. It would be awesome if we shared everything, and being greedy was absurd. It would be spectacular if the golden rule was golden to every man. And the good things that we ever did was everything that we can. Treating others like we'd like to be treated has always been our guiding principle.
Marriott Houston West Chase, a proud partner of HBU Athletics.
Four minutes, 19 seconds left here at Sharp Gym. The Huskies down by 18, 69-51 is our score as we come out of the timeout. It'll be Sam Houston State basketball. The Huskies shooting 41%, 24 of 59, 4 of 14 from the arc, 17 of 23 at the free throw line. Or check it, they are 8 of 10 at the free throw line. And here's a runner put up by Maxwell, and she's going to go to the free throw line. Couldn't get the shot to go. But Wade picks up her third personal foul, and that'll send Dominique Maxwell back to the line. Looking at that 17 of 23 at the free throw line, that is actually Sam Houston State's number from the stripe. So they are taking their 24th free throw, and Maxwell makes it. She's 5 of 5 at the stripe. Been very good today. They were up to 70 now. And 71. She gets it to go. She was outside the arc, so she's got 3 free throws here. One more left. Eyes the bucket and floats it in. Nice form on those shots by Dominique Maxwell. The lead is 21 now, 72-51 as we head toward the 4-minute mark. Wade dribbles right angle, Maxwell on her. Gives up the dribble and now almost stolen away by Maxwell, but she's going to reach through Wade and fouls her. Just the first foul of the fourth quarter on the Bearcats. Second personal on Maxwell. The Huskies will inbound it, cross away in front of Donna Finney. Wade, right side, tries to go into Cole Morgan, throws it away, and Baxter intercepts. She'll leave it for Walker. Walker drives up the floor. Now backs out, picked up by Jones. Goes by her, leave it on the baseline for Baxter. Puts it up, won't go. But she's going to draw a foul, a shooting foul, going to be on Shannon Jones. Jones will pick up her first personal of the ball game, third team foul. But Baxter, beneficiary of a good drive and dish that time. And gets the first free throw to go. One more to come. Megan Valdez-Crater will check back in. 3:35 left in the game. And Baxter's free throw is good. A couple of substitutions for Sam Houston State. Off the bench, Courtney Cook, Lachey Haynes. Haynes, a transfer from Prairie View. Came over with the head coach. Almost lost in the backcourt. Megan Valdez-Crater saves it, though, up ahead to Jones. Back to Valdez-Crater. Megan looks cross-court. Skip it out top to Amanda Johnson, and Amanda fires away at a three. She's into double digits for the afternoon. Cuts it back down to 74-54. Vujakovic about to pull off the warm-up and check back in for HBU. The next stoppage. We're under 3 minutes to go, though. Haynes sets a screen for Walker into the corner. They go to Maxwell. Her three won't go. Harrell coming up over the back to try and get the rebound. Knocks Sophie Taylor to the ground. And it'll be Huskies basketball with 2:49 left. 74-54. Substitution now. Vujakovic will check in for Shannon Jones. Valdez Crater will get it inbounds, and here come the Huskies. Cole Morgan across the timeline. Leave it back for Megan. She'll dribble to the right angle. Going to put up a three off the mark. High and long rebound. Tipped out by Vujakovic. Run down by Valdez Crater. Megan dishes in the corner. Sophie Taylor for a three from the baseline. Got it to go. The Huskies have back-to-back threes on their last two buckets. 74-57. Taylor now with 12. Almost a steal by Sophie on the inbounds play, but Harrell brings it into the forecourt. Gets it down to Cook in the blocks. Spin around. Won't go with a little scoop. And the rebound controlled by the Huskies. Vujakovic up ahead. Amanda Johnson. Nice dish from Vujakovic. And a nice finish by Amanda Johnson. Stops the clock with 2:01 to go. We've got a timeout on the floor. And let's see, that will be turned into a full timeout. So it gives us a minute here to take one final look at the conference scoreboard here this afternoon. And 3 games are final now. We gave you the McNeese State Southeastern Louisiana game, which finished earlier this afternoon. 62-56. McNeese a winner on their home floor. Since then, Abilene Christian has gone final over Northwestern State in Natchitoches this afternoon, 72-63. The win for Abilene Christian. And SFA comes away with a 10-point win on the road in San Antonio. Lady Jacks 66 and the Cardinals 56 as the final there. Nichols and Central Arkansas up in Conway today at the end of the third quarter. Central Ark has a 1-point lead, 42-41 through 3 there. 1:46 to go in the first half in Corpus. New Orleans and A&M Corpus Christi tied at 20. Huskies are at 1-3 after the first 4 here in conference play. Sam Houston State came in at 2-2, and it looks like they're going to increase that to 3-2 with this one. Pressure in the backcourt by HBU, and the Bearcats will get it across. Rachel Harrell out to Walker. Walker will hold it up, trying to milk the clock. 1:44 to go in the game. Down to 10 on the shot clock. Walker still with the dribble. She's going to penetrate. Tries to leave it with a bounce pass in the blocks for Lydia Baxter. And she's going to be tied up. It'll be Huskies basketball on the alternating possession. 1:34 left. Huskies are within 15 now, but time is running out. Well, the officials are holding things up as we've got one of the Bearcat players. Let's see, that is Walker, Jaylon Walker. I don't know if she is unable to move on her own, but she's going to be carried off the floor, and she appears to be in some pain. Let's hope that she is okay. But that, unfortunately, doesn't look good for the junior, who is their leading scorer for the season. She's got 16 this afternoon, just above her 15.7 average. Huskies basketball. Sophie Taylor holds it up right wing, leaves it for Valdez Crater. Megan will drive in, cut off, goes across the paint, takes it back, leaves it for Cole Morgan. And Taylor, a nice little jumper from the left wing, gets it to go. She's got 4 now, and with 70 seconds left, the Huskies are back to within 13. They go to pressure in the backcourt. And Maxwell gets it to Leggett. Leggett finds, see, that's Alyssa Osborne who's checked in for the first time, and Osborne dribbles it and gets it back into the hands of Aramis. Down to 12 on the shot clock, 48 on the game clock. Aramis takes it down, right angle. Leave it for Osborne. She's going to fire up a buzzer beater, and it doesn't hit iron or backboard, and that'll turn into a shot clock violation. He ate up a lot of clock, though, down to 37.4 to go in the ball game. And the Huskies are going to run out of time here very shortly, but they'll inbound the basketball here. And Bujakovic is fouled almost immediately by Osborne. Not sure that they wanted that, but they had a foul to give there. Third foul of the quarter on the Bearcats. Now Bujakovic will get it into Cole Morgan. She gets it back, and now they get it in the hands of Megan Valdez-Crater. She'll drive down left side, going to try to go up strong. She does, but can't finish it off. She's fouled on the way to the rack. And the foul is going to be charged to Amber Leggett. Her third foul in the fourth of the quarter on the Bearcats, and it'll send Valdez-Crater to the free throw line with 25.8 to go. Reminder that next week the Huskies head out on the road. Wednesday night they'll be in Hammond, Louisiana, to take on Southeastern Louisiana. The Lady Lions losers on the road this afternoon in Lake Charles. Free throw is good from Megan Valdez-Crater. We also want to remind you that coming up this evening, 6:40 pregame show, 7 o'clock tip. If you can't make your way out here for the men's game, join us here on the Husky Sports Network and on Huskies Sports YouTube channel. We'll have all the play-by-play for you. Free throws are both good by Megan Valdez-Crater. And we're down to the final 16 seconds. There's going to be a foul out top. Aramis is fouled, and it's going to be on Megan Valdez-Crater. That'll be her fourth personal. That's kind of a moot point right now. 4 fouls as a team on the Huskies, and they'll get it in bounds. And down to the final 10 seconds, it looks like Aramis can run the clock out if she wants to, and she will. And that'll do it. The Huskies will fall here to 1-4. 74-63 is the final as the Sam Houston State Bearcats go to 3-2 in conference play. The Huskies will drop to 1-4. We'll come back and put a wrap on it on the Huskies postgame report here on the Huskies Sports Network.
You're listening to the Husky Sports Network, powered by DNA Studios.
At Shipley Donuts, we make our donuts from scratch every single day. Nothing trucked in, frozen. And we are Texas born and raised since 1936. Not like those other guys. Shipley Donuts.
Rolling up on a cheap price feels good, but cheap comes with risk. Heart surgeons, pilots, no one hires a cheap one of them. Fact is, certain things must be done right. Installing electricity in Houston schools and hospitals needs to be built with manpower that spent 10,000 hours training to do their job. So for heart surgeons to do their job, we must do ours. Skilled labor isn't cheap, and cheap labor isn't all that skilled.
The time is now to hire IBW electricians.
At Holiday Inn Express, we can't guarantee that you'll be able to contain yourself at our breakfast bar.
Morning, egg white omelet. Sup, Lady Bacon. Fruit. There it is.
But we can guarantee that you'll get the best price when you book with us.
Holiday Inn Express. Be the readiest.
You're listening to the Husky Sports Network, powered by DNA Studios.
Welcome back into Sharp Gym here on the campus of Houston Baptist University. You hear the final strains of the alma mater of HBU, and the Huskies team stands out on the floor for the playing of that. Following their 74-63 loss here at the hands of the Sam Houston State Bearcats. We are going to be joined here momentarily by Donna Finney. But while she makes her way over, shooting percentages in this game wind up almost identical. Both teams down in the upper 30s as they will both finish out around the 39% mark. And we are joined by the head coach I'll get you mic'd up here. There we go. Can you hear?
Yep, I got you.
All right. Well, we were just talking about shooting percentages. If you look at the final numbers on this, they look strikingly similar, but not really indicative of the way this game. It was another game where you had stretches of good and bad.
It's interesting. We just had 2 seniors there as the school songs play and say that they're frustrated because they know it comes from us not being consistent in practice, and their frustration is that, you know, this is their last chance. And the practice issues that we're having about lack of effort, I mean, as coaches now, there's only so much we can do. There's a line that we can't cross, and so it's hard. If players don't want to compete every day in practice, they're not going to be able to do it in games. And unfortunately, we're in that situation right now that we don't get it every day in practice, and it shows in our play.
Well, and just to kind of echo your point there, I mean, it was another game where it seemed like, especially in the first half, well, even in the third quarter as well, they were getting a lot of good looks, point-blank looks, and just not able to finish them off.
And, you know, we've made a point of emphasis in practice to focus on finishing with contact. But I'll give you an example. We do a 5-minute drill with the pads, and we haven't reached our target the last 3 days in practice that we've done it. So, you know, you try as much as possible to make players see that you play as you practice. And if we can't get it done on a daily basis in practice, we can't expect to come in and win games. And I'll say this, Sam Houston played so hard today. Their kids gave great effort for 40 minutes, and we just didn't match that. We can't just play in spells. And that's a problem. And as a coach, I have to fix that. But, you know, we're running out of ideas in terms of getting them to work hard in practice, because if you say you want to win games, and you know, but you don't want to put in the effort in practice, so there's a disconnect somewhere. So, you know, the seniors have gone in there because they're not happy, so they're having a conversation right now, and I'm going to let them deal with it, because you know, it has to come from within. You have to have the intrinsic motivation to put in effort every day. We're not going to beg you for it.
Yeah, and I know if you had the answers, you would have already gone to them right now. But you do see stretches like, I mean, you're down by 16 at the half, and then you come out and you outscore them early. 5 minutes gone in the third quarter, you're back to within 7.
And that's the most frustrating thing, Lonnie, because we've told them all year this team has the ability to go and do this. And we've shown in some of our preseason games how we can hang tough with some Big 12 teams, for example. You know, like we go in there up to Texas Tech and we really battle. And we played really good basketball. And then, you know, it's almost like, and I know part of this is school started again, and there's a few of our players that definitely affects. But you've got to be able to compartmentalize, and when you come to practice, focus on basketball. Like, that has to be a thing. I mean, yes, you're a student athlete, but when you're in the classroom, you're focused on what your professor is teaching. It has to be the same in practice, and we don't get that right now, and it's suffering in our play.
Well, you head out on the road now next week, and over in Louisiana. The next 2 opponents played each other today. McNeese beat Southeastern Louisiana, so the Lady Lions are going to be. Let's see. The final there was 62-56.
Oh, wow.
The Cowgirls winners there.
Okay.
On their home floor, so Southeastern's not going to be happy going back home on Wednesday night.
No, and you know, you said it in pregame, Lonnie. Like, we have a long road trip next week. You know, where we're back and forth to Louisiana. We're going to get home at 4 a.m. on Thursday morning, have to go to class, and then turn around, practice, and then leave at 11 a.m. on Friday morning and turn back around. So, you know, this is not easy, but that's why the focus has to be there. And you know, I want to go back to my point about practice. I watched UConn play last Sunday on TV, and afterwards was listening to Gino Auriemma. And to hear the #1 team in the country has the same issue, it's like, and his words were, it's a choice. The same as red lights in Italy are a choice. You know, you either choose to focus and play hard, or you don't. And if you're choosing not to, then you're letting yourself, your team, the program, everybody down. And you know, it's the fact that this is happening to so many programs the first coach that figures it out is, I mean,
going to be a genius.
Yeah. Well, he subbed his whole starting lineup because they gave up 4 O-boards against a very depleted USF team because of lack of effort.
Yeah.
And that's the #1 team in the country. So.
Well, a lot of times, not letting your teammates down is the biggest motivating factor. And you talked about the players in there dealing with it right now.
Exactly.
So it'll be interesting to see what kind of an effect that has.
And this team's talented, I mean, I think we've had some great spells of play. We've got some players that are, and I'll say this, there's some of them that their effort has been fantastic. I think Sophie has turned a corner. She played 30 minutes tonight, but she's turned a corner in practice in terms of, going hard and, taking on board that we need her to be a scorer, and has consistently done that. And I think there's a couple of others that I can see every day they come in. Julia Vujakovic as a freshman, she does it every day. She's still got some learning curves, which I think she's dealing with tremendously. But she gives that effort every single day in practice. And, I think if we can get to that stage with everybody, then we're going to be in a really, really good place because we've got the pieces. It's just putting it all together now. But at what point does that happen?
Hopefully starting Wednesday.
Well, and they said it themselves, every game counts. And, there's other teams now that McNeese have 2 wins in conference, that are overtaking us. And it's,
Right. I think you make a good point there. The key to this thing is just trying to stay afloat through the first third or half of the season and leave yourself in position to make a run at the end.
Yeah, and, this is a really bad loss for us because, we have to go back up to Huntsville and play this team. And, we let Sam dictate the pace of the game today, which was not at all in the game plan. But,
They did have a tough transition offense, though, and, turning the ball over a little bit to help them get started on some of those run-outs didn't help.
And I think, that's something that we're going to have to, as a staff, go back, break down the film, see him, because I feel like Megan and Sophie did a decent job of, getting back on our shot attempts, and it was elsewhere. Our posts were not quick enough getting back to plug the paint, so things like that where we got to show them where we had those issues because we got to make sure that next time we play them we're better. And so, that's some work we got to do in the office this afternoon.
Well, Wednesday night in Hammond against Southeastern Louisiana. You and I will see each other next weekend in Lake Charles against McNeese. A couple of tough ones coming up.
It is, and they're all tough. I think that result today for McNeese says that everybody in this league can beat anyone. So every game from here on out is going to be, as I told them, a conference final. That's how we have to view it. So.
All right. Yeah. Well, we'll let you go. Safe travels this week, and we'll see you on Saturday.
Okay. Thanks, Lonnie.
You bet.
Thanks. Bye.
Donna Finney, the head coach of the Huskies. We're going to take one final timeout. When we come back, we'll put a wrap on it here from Sharp Jim on the Husky Sports Network.
Firehouse Subs was founded by 2 firefighters over 20 years ago. And once a firefighter, always a firefighter. So they've seen to it that a portion of your purchase at all U.S. Firehouse Subs locations now goes toward providing life-saving equipment for first responders. And one more thing, they make awesome subs.
Now get any of our 10 specialty subs in a new small size, each under 500 calories. Big flavor, small subs, starting at $3.99. Firehouse Subs, founded by firemen.
Going to school at Houston Baptist University was an excellent choice. As the official credit union of HBU, Houston Federal Credit Union is focused on helping you to continue to make great choices. HFCU will meet all your financial needs by providing the personal attention and variety of services you deserve. Stop by any of our convenient locations or visit our website, www.houstonfcu.org, and experience the credit union difference today. Dogs up.
The real story is I'm in here every morning and have sampled just about every kolache that they make here.
Bacon, egg, and cheese on wheat for me, and then the rest is for the office. So yes, I'll pick up every Friday. I'll stop by here and pick up some for my group.
Well, I used to think it was just fruit-filled stuff, and then I came here and there's eggs and bacon and cheese and all kinds of good stuff in there. It's like a whole breakfast and a bun. It's great.
It's always a good thing if you can eat healthy and not know it.
We
drive down the street looking for something to eat, you're going to pass 5 places to buy a sandwich, 6 places to buy a burger. There's only one place you can get a kolache, and that's Kolache Factory. It's delicious. You're going to have people that try to copy you, but they're not going to do it as well. We know what we're doing. We've been doing it for 25 years. We do it the best, and our success proves that.
Houston's own Kolache Factory, the freshest, highest quality, best tasting kolaches in town. Over 50 Houston area locations and a proud partner of HBU Athletics.
You're listening to the Husky Sports Network, powered by DNA Studios.
Back here at Sharp Gym, time to say so long for the afternoon. Again, our final score, Sam Houston State 74, the Huskies 63. HBU drops to 6-9 overall and 1-4 in conference play, and they'll pick it up again on Wednesday night in Hammond against the Southeastern Louisiana Lady Lions. Have the game for you on the Husky Sports Network that night, but we invite you to come back this evening here at Sharp Gym as the Huskies men will take on the Sam Houston State Bearcats. That's a 6:40 pregame and a 7 o'clock tip. We invite you to be with us. For everyone that brought you this one, I'm Lonnie King. Dogs up, everybody.
You've been listening to HBU Husky Sports on the DNA Husky Sports Network. These broadcasts are brought to you by the corporate partners of HBU Athletics, Houston Federal Credit Union, Memorial Hermann Healthcare System, Marriott Houston West Chase, Raising Cane's, Under Armour, Firehouse Subs, Pepsi, Shipley Donuts, 4 Points by Sheraton, IBEW Local 716, Jimmy John Subs, Kolache Factory, and Holiday Inn Express. That's going to do it for now, but we thank you for being a part of this broadcast, and until we see you again down the road, so long and dogs up.